give it a couple of minutes before we get started. Just as we're settling in, be sure you've got all of your notifications off. So if you're streaming this on your phone or on your laptop, be sure that you've created a space free from distraction. All right, I'm going to give it maybe 1 or 2 more minutes, and then we'll get started. All right, so we'll start to settle in. Again, just be sure all your notifications are off. If you've got another tab open on your browser that's going to tell you you've got an email, just turn it off. Give yourself this 30, 45 minutes to take a break. You know, there's so much messaging going around about using this time in quarantine to be super productive. And maybe instead we can see this as an opportunity to give ourselves a little bit of rest, a little bit of a break, to be a little bit easier, a little less hustle. So take some time, turn off any notifications. If there's a door to shut, to give yourself a little bit more peace and calm, shut the door. And so we're outside on my porch, so you might hear other sounds, the wind, pig next door, whatever is going on. It's all going to be part of our practice today. All right, and just one more thing before we settle in. If you've got blocks or a footstool, that might be helpful here if you're like me and your feet don't sit flat on the ground when you're sitting in your chair. So, I've got this, it's just my dining room chair, but my heels don't touch the ground. So I'm going to take a couple of blocks and I'm going to place them right underneath my feet. But if you've got something else like a footstool, step stool, or a couple of books you can stack up and put underneath your feet. If you've got a really compliant dog, they can lay underneath your feet. But the goal here is that I want you to feel supported and grounded. So we've got the seat beneath our hips. We've got the back of the chair supporting the back. And then we can feel our feet on the ground. All right, so get yourself settled. Get yourself set up without distraction and supported. And if you're sitting in a hard seat like me, you might fold up a blanket and put it underneath your hips. This seat I have a little cushion on. so that you can find a little bit more comfort. The intention of doing a chair yoga practice is to give us a really easy tool that you can take with you if you're ever feeling overwhelmed. If you're ever feeling like you just need to press pause and start over, you push yourself back from your desk and you can do this practice. And so we'll start with some pranayama, with some breath practice, and then we'll move our bodies in a way that I hope is soothing for you and for your nervous system. So with your feet supported either on the earth, if you're tall enough for that, or on blocks or books, go ahead and sit the heart tall and close down your eyes. Let your palms rest face down on your thighs, and you might even slowly move the palms, slide them up and down the thighs until you find a place that feels comfortable for them to rest with a soft bend in the elbows. And notice the location of your back body, your spine in space. And I want you to have probably the back of your hips against the back of your chair, but let the spine, the upper back body, move away from the chair so you are supporting yourself. And maybe it's just an intention of an erect posture if for you sitting forward in the chair is a little too much effort for right now. Close down the eyes. There is nothing for you to see. There's nothing for you to do. Whenever I say close the eyes, that can also for you mean just softening the gaze to something perhaps on the earth in front of you, but it's a way of reducing the stimulus for the nervous system. So having a soft gaze on the ground, if that's more comfortable than closing your eyes, is a perfect solution. Just allow the breath to take its natural pace, cadence, and character. Not hurrying and not changing. And let's start a scan of the body. The body always in the present moment, being a beautiful opportunity to tune in. So starting from what's closest to the earth, the soles of your feet. Notice the texture of what your feet are resting on. It's blocks, books, or the ground. Is it hard? Is it a little soft? Is it rough or smooth? Maybe it's even squishy, depending on what's underneath your feet. Feel the texture underneath each toe, underneath the ball mound of your feet, and back through the heel. On your next inhale, bring your awareness into the lower legs. Notice what you can feel in the shin, the front and back of the ankle, and the calves. You might feel a stillness or heaviness. You might even notice little micro movements supporting the legs. On your next breath in, draw your attention to your knees. And without pathologizing, without worrying about anything, what can you feel in your knees? And the answer might just be neutral. It's okay if there's nothing big. With your next breath, bring your attention to your upper legs, to the inner and outer thighs, the tops of the thighs, the backs of the legs, and the hamstrings. Notice where the hamstrings attach at the back of the knees, and where they attach at the bottom of the hips. With your next breath, draw your attention up into the hips, into the pelvis, and see if you can, without touching, notice the orientation of your hips. If you could imagine that the pelvis was like a bowl, is it tipping forward, pouring its contents forward? Is it tipping back, pouring the contents behind you? Or is it balanced right through center? Neither one of these is better or worse than the other. We're just using this as an opportunity to listen. With your next breath, notice the qualities you can assign to your trunk, to the belly and the lower back. Relax the belly. We spend so much of our days holding it in. Maybe we can use this opportunity of working from home to let it go. What can you notice in the back? Is it tired? Does it feel stable? With your next cycle of breath, move your awareness into the upper half of the torso, the chest, the tops of the shoulders, and the upper back, the shoulder blades, the armpits. Feel the breath rise and fall in the chest. Let the next breath draw your attention to your upper arms, the shoulders, the biceps, the triceps. And the next breath travels your attention down into the forearms, the elbows, tops and bottoms of the arms. And now invite your attention to your hands. Feel the tops of your hands. Notice, can you sense any movement of the air in the room, perhaps from a ceiling fan or heater running? What can you sense with the finger pads and the palms? Do they feel warm? Can you feel the texture of your leggings, your pants underneath your hands? Bring your awareness to the skull, to the back of the neck and the back and top of your skull. Does it feel tight or tired? Does it feel stacked and stable? To the front of your face, bring your attention. Eyebrows, nose, the sides of the eyes, corners of the eyes. And the mouth, relax it. Allow the teeth to part and the tongue to fall away from the roof of the mouth. We're going to move from this body scan meditation into a brief pranayama, a breath practice and meditation. And this one will have a mudra. So I'm going to describe it for you, but if you'd like, you can open your eyes to take a look at what it will look like. So a mudra is just a position with the hands with an intention. And this meditation, breath practice we're going to do is one for anxiety relief, but specifically it's one for practicing regulating our nervous system. It's one to help us learn when things are challenging that we can persevere through them. So it'll start to make sense. I want you to bring your palms up so that they face towards you. And then hold your left hand so it's hovering in front of the center of your chest. And then bring your right palm to touch the back of the left hand. Bring the pads of your thumbs to touch. And then your forearms, you see, are parallel with the ground. And so we've got a little bit of activity in the shoulders, but I want you to avoid scrunching and holding it in. So just find that minimal amount of muscular engagement that allows you to hold this shape in the hands. And then close your eyes. Feel the warmth of your palms. And then together we'll breathe. So take a great big breath in through your nose. Hold the breath. And then it's a soft exhale out the nose all the way. Keep the breath empty. Inhale again. Hold the breath. Exhale. Stay empty. Breathe in. I want you to keep going at your pace. You're going to hold the breath at the top as long as is comfortable. And then you'll softly, gently exhale. And maintain emptiness of breath at the bottom for as long as possible. Continue with that cycle of breath. So it's a natural, slow inhale. Hold at the top at your pace. An exhale. And a hold at the bottom. If you are expecting, then you're just going to keep the mudra like this, and you're going to hold the breath for a little less long, or maybe not hold the breath at all. You're going to need to decide what is comfortable for you. Keep moving through this breath. Notice sensations as they arise in your shoulders. So the reason, continuing with your breath, the reason why this is a good practice for anxiety is that you might start to notice just a little bit of that lizard brain, a little bit of anxiety when you're keeping the breath empty. That's telling you, oh God, you gotta inhale. And what you can practice as we're calming the nervous system is to say, no, it's okay. I'm in control. I'll inhale when I do. And it'll be fine. So we're reprogramming some of these reactive behaviors. We are teaching our bodies and our minds that we have some control, even if we're getting some information that we don't. 3 more cycles. Stay with me. There's no rush at all. When you complete your 3rd cycle of breath, you'll release the hands down into your lap and maybe turn the palms to face up towards the sky. Maybe loop the shoulders a couple of times. Notice what shifted, if anything. Stay here in the natural cycle of your breath. All right, we're going to pick up the pace a bit. So let the hands come down along your side. You can shake them out a bit. And then bring your fingertips to touch your shoulders, the tops of your shoulders. So it's just a light touch. My upper arm bones about parallel with the ground. On your next inhale, you're going to twist to the left. And you'll exhale and twist to the right. And then you're going to pick up the pace. Keep going like this, inhaling as you twist left, exhaling as you twist right. Find the pace that is sustainable for you, but I want it to be dynamic. We're waking up the breath, waking up our attention. Let it be rhythmic and yours. Eyes can be open or closed. If it makes you a little bit dizzy, you can do that ballerina trick of setting the gaze in front of you while the shoulders move. Keep up. Keep going. Twice more. Come through center, breathe in, take your arms up overhead, hold the breath. Breathe out the mouth, cactus the arms. Good. Reach your hands forward, turn the palms so they face forward, like you're saying, stop. Squeeze the fingers together. As you inhale, take the arms wide, draw the shoulder blades together so the chest lifts. As you exhale, bring the thumbs to touch. Keep going like this. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, draw it forward. Inhale and exhale. Your pace, you're in charge. Good. Last time, bring it forward. Now turn the palms so the fingertips point down. We'll do the same thing. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, draw it forward. Keep going. As you inhale and draw the chest forward, I want you to really pin the shoulder blades as if they could touch behind you. Once more. Exhale and then release the hands down. Good. All right. Scoot forward into your seat so that there's a little space between your hips and the back of the chair. And then you're going to interlace the hands behind you and draw the knuckles down. So it looks like this. Okay. So with the weight shifted forward, you might ditch the support underneath your feet, or you might adjust it a bit. Reach the knuckles down towards the ground and then let the chin fall into the throat. Shake the head, yes. Shake the head, no. Relax the jaw. Now, keeping the clasp in your hands, bring the clasped hands over to your right hip. And then lift the chin and let the right ear fall towards the right shoulder. And then you might find some interesting sensation on the side of the left neck or the left shoulder. And if you're not feeling sensation, then I want you to experiment with what direction the nose points until you find something interesting. And then when you do, breathe there. Breath in, breath out. Let the chin fall into the throat, switch it to the other side. Take your clasped hands to the left hip and then left ear to the left shoulder. Same thing. We're seeking just a little bit of sensation, a little reminder that we're living, breathing bodies. Breath in, breath out. Chin falls into the throat, release the hand, shake them out a bit. All right. Now, keep the weight shifted forward and tip the torso forward. So the belly might even find the thighs. Reach your arms beside your ears and then squeeze the shoulder blades together. So some of that same action that we did with our arms facing forward. It's an inhale here. And then as you exhale, take the arms along your sides. We'll move like that a few more times. Inhale, arms up. Keep the torso tipping forward. Exhale, wing it back. So we're in a version of Utkatasana, chair pose. Chair in a chair pose. Do that again. Breath in, arms lift. Breath out, arms along your side. Pause here. Bring your left hand to your outer right knee and bring your right hand to the back of your chair. Stay leaning forward and then start to twist to the right. So the left elbow might even rest on your left knee. It might not, just depending on your anthropometry. And then use the hand at the back of your chair, the right hand of the chair, to leverage the chest open so you can feel the right shoulder stacking over the left. And then you get to decide what to do with your head. So it can look up. For me, that doesn't feel great on the neck, so I'm going to take the gaze down. You get to decide. Breathe here. Now, stay in your twist, but lift your right arm. Maybe take the gaze over the right thumb. Keep the gaze following the right thumb as you reach the right arm forward. You're going to sit upright. Left hand stays at the right knee. Now, eagle the arms. Left arm underneath the right. So you've got two options. You can give yourself a bear hug, so it's left elbow underneath the right, fingertips reaching back for the shoulder blades. Or if eagle pose works in your arms today, great, but I don't really care. So you're going to find a variation that feels sustainable and that stretches the space between your shoulder blades. Press into your feet and lift your heart up as you inhale. As you exhale, round and bow, fold forward. Do that twice more. Breath in and lift up. Breath out and fold forward. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, take your arms up overhead. Keep the arms lifted, tip the torso forward. So we're in our chair pose again. Breath in, breath out, arms along your sides. Do that a few more times. Inhale. And exhale. Chest is reaching forward, collarbones are broad. All right, this time as we exhale, pause. Right hand to outer left knee. Left hand's gonna find the back of the chair, and I'm gonna turn this into a chair twist. Chair twist. So leverage the left shoulder on top of the right. And this hand on the knee isn't just resting, I'm gripping the knee so that I can stack the shoulders. Find your variation with the head, with the neck that feels comfortable. And breathe. Now, stay in your twist, reach your left arm behind you. Gaze might come to the left thumb. Track the thumb, follow it as you reach the left arm forward. Sit a little upright and then find eagle pose on this side. So it's either a bear hug or the full wrap. And I don't even have the full wrap, but something like that. All right, press into your feet, lift your heart up, lift your elbows, breathe in. Exhale, round in. Twice more like that. Breath in. And breath out. One more time. Exhale. Good. All right. Release your hands up overhead and then let them come down. All right. So you're going to need to decide what feels good to you. You can keep the feet supported, but if folding forward, if this feels too constrictive on the belly or the chest, you're going to set this to the side and just scoop far enough forward so that your feet can rest on the ground. We're going to do a version of Surya Namaskar A in our chair. So take a breath in as you inhale. This is our Urdhva Hastasana. And as you exhale, it's Uttanasana, fold. Let the head hang and the arms be heavy. Now, our halfway lift in this Sun A variation. Take the hands around your right knee. Inhale, lift the knee into your chest. And then exhale, fold forward. Urdhva Hastasana, arms overhead, breathe in. Wide dive, forward fold, exhale. Hands to the left knee, draw it up and in as you inhale. Exhale, fold forward, all the way up, breathe in. Fold forward, Uttanasana. Right leg, Ardha Uttanasana. So lift it up, exhale, Uttanasana. Lift it up tall, breathe in. Fold and breathe out. Keep going like this. Left knee, inhale. Exhale to fold. Up tall, inhale. Fold and breathe out. Twice more on your own. One more time each side. Good. Urdhva Hastasana, breathe in, and then press the palms at your heart. Release your hands down. All right. We're going to move into our warrior shapes here. So you might, let's scoot the hips a little bit to the right, so you're not quite centered in your chair. Now I want your left toes to point straight forward, and then lift and move the right knee over to the right, so that the two feet are at 90-degree angles to one another. And then I want you to take your hands to your hips and then turn the pelvis so it's more or less pointing forward towards the left femur. So this is our warrior two. Take your arms wide. And again, as always, if your feet don't reach, support them. You want to feel grounded here. So here's our warrior two. Press into the feet. And I want you to take a look down at your knees and have them stacking right over your ankles. So rather than letting this knee cave in, see if you can hug it open. And if you just need to keep that hand down there to do that, great. You're making this practice work for your body. Keep the legs as they are. Bring your left hand to the seat of the chair and lift your right arm up. So we're arcing up and back. It's peaceful warrior here. So this left elbow might bend and hug in towards the rib cage. If this isn't feeling sustainable to you, left elbow can find the left thigh. So you got to find your peaceful warrior here. All right, we're going to take this to side angle lunge. Right forearm is going to find the thigh. Left arm will come up, and we'll start with stacked shoulders. So press into your right elbow to stack the shoulders. Now, reach the left arm forward, trace the horizon, reach the left arm beside the ear, bicep to ear, and then plug the shoulder blade down. Press into your feet, hug your belly in, reach your right arm to frame the ear. Yeah, so chair yoga, not always easy. Stay in your breath. Belly button to spine. Peaceful warrior is where we'll meet. So your variation, hand to the seat of the chair or hand to thigh, tip up and back. Good. All right, come through center. And we're gonna find goddess pose. So you're gonna open the knees wide. You might have to scoot a little forward into your chair. Bring your hands to your knees and shift the weight forward. So again, adjust as you need so you feel stable. And then just let the shoulders come up into the ears. Press into your feet, or press in your hands into your thighs, lift your head up. As you exhale, drop your right shoulder and look over the left. Draw up through center, press into the hands, crown of head lifts. Breathe out, drop the left shoulder, look right. Once more each side, inhale. And exhale. Breath in. And breath out. Good, come up through center. We're going to take warrior two on the other side. So you might scoot a little bit to the left. Turn the left thigh bone out to the left, off the side of your chair, and then bring that right thigh bone so it's pointing straight out. Turn so the hips more or less face the same direction as your right femur. And then abduct, move that left knee away from the center line. So you might feel this a bit in the inner thighs. You decide if the hand needs to stay here to guide that knee there, or you're going to take the arms wide like a T, warrior two. And just because we're seated, we still have the energy of a warrior. So light up through the fingertips. Drag the shoulder blades together so that the chest can lift. We'll find peaceful warrior. So hand to the seat or forearm to thigh as you tip the left arm up beside the ear. Keep the legs the same. So notice if when you tipped back, that left knee caved in. See if you can pull it wide. Press into the forearm so that the left side body, the ribs are wide. Turn this into side angle lunge. Right, left elbow finds the left thigh and then stack the right arm up. Now, reach the right arm forward. Let the fingers trace the horizon and then take the bicep beside the ear. So that's our side angle, Parshvottanasana, side angle. Press into the feet, hug the belly in, take the left arm underneath the ear. So we're holding the heaviest beach ball in the world. Stay in your breath. Good, peaceful warrior, tip it up and back, your variation. Good. All right, we're going to turn this into goddess pose again. So adjust, take your feet wide. If you need to shift a little forward, that's great. Hands to thighs, we'll do those twists again. So first, let the shoulders come up into the ears. Just take some weight into the hands. And then root into the hands. Lengthen the crown of the head up. We'll start on the left side. Left shoulder drops, look right. Through center as you inhale, right shoulder drops. Good, once more. Inhale, drop the left, look right. Breath in, and breath out. Bring your legs back through center, but stay on the front edge of your seat. I'm going to rotate my chair so you can see. We're going to take Ustrasana camel pose here in our chair. So I want you to reach back and see where you can grip the chair behind you. Maybe it's the back of the chair. Maybe it's the seat. So I'm going to grip the chair. And then I'm going to roll the shoulders onto the back. So you can see my chest is already reaching forward. And then I'm going to lift the chest even more and externally rotate the shoulders. So we're finding a back bend here. You can keep the chin in line with the throat, or maybe you let the chin lift up. Reach the chest up, and if you've got the chin lifted, bravely reach the throat up, trusting in the strength of your body. One more inhale, and as you exhale, let the chin fall into the throat if you're not there already, and then slowly come out of the back bend. Release your hands to your knees, and then just some simple cat and cow. Draw the chest forward as you inhale. Dome the spine as you exhale, and feel free to add on to that if you would like. If you want to do some circles, if that would feel good to you, go ahead. Shrug the shoulders. All right, one last posture, and then we'll do a little seated meditation. So we're going to take a figure 4 pose. Let's start with the right ankle. Cross it over the left knee. Cool. So this is what it looks like in my body today with this knee. And for me, I've really got to support this knee up because it doesn't feel great in external rotation. For you, it might be a little bit farther forward. In my body, I'm going to stay upright like this. For you, you might take the hands to the shins, lift the chest up, and then reach it forward and maybe fold forward. Hands can stay on the shin, or if you fold very far forward, your hands can come down to the ground or to blocks. Three more breaths here. Notice if you're gripping the jaw or the eyebrows. Good. All right, lift the right knee up, release the foot down. Might give it a little shake out. We're going to take it to the other side, and so you'll see on my body, the left side's pretty different. So we don't come off an assembly line, right? When we're born, we are asymmetrical, and that's fine. And as we live our lives, we become more asymmetrical, and that's fine. So don't stress about it. Don't worry about it. Same options here. You can stay upright if you're getting a good amount of sensation in the outer hip, or if your knee's saying, yep, this is where I want to be. Or maybe the chest hinges a little bit forward. I would probably just rest my forearms like this to rest. If you've got farther to go, hands might come down to blocks or the ground. Whichever variation you're in, relax the head. Just let it fall off. Good. Lift up. Lock the hands in if you folded forward. Release the foot down. You might give it a shake. And then we're going to prepare for a final seated meditation. So if for you that means you want to support your feet again, great. You can sit a little farther back in your chair. But I still want, if possible, an alert seat. So rather than a slouchy lean back seat, let's try to find a bit of alertness. And we're going to take Zazen Mudra, which is just a mudra of attention. So it'll be left hand resting in the lap. And you're going to cup the left hand in your right. So it's sort of like what we did here, but the hands are more relaxed and round. And then the tips of your thumbs might touch. And if you're like me and your manicure has grown out throughout the course of this quarantine, then the tips of your very long fingernails are going to touch right there. Let this mudra of attention rest here in your lap. And close your eyes again. Or soften the gaze to a drishti, to a still point on the earth in front of you. Slow the breath down. And that's it. You're doing it. Stay in the natural cadence of your breath. And I want you to imagine that your mind, your awareness, is a blue sky. And whenever a thought comes up, it's just the weather. It's just a cloud. And in your mind, when a thought comes up, such as, what am I going to make for dinner? You can sort of label that on a cloud and imagine that the breeze carries it away. It might not just be a wispy cloud. It might be, what does my financial situation look like in 2 months? And that might be a thunderstorm. But those pass too. And so your work in these last few moments together is to cultivate, without judgment or criticism, even a few seconds of clear blue sky awareness. When thoughts, distractions arise, imagine them drifting past. So imagine this blue sky. And if you need something to anchor your attention to, it can be bodily sensation or the feeling and maybe sound of your breath. Allow your next breath to come in just a bit deeper. And lengthen the exhale out your mouth. 2 more times, just like that. Big breath in. Long, satisfying, complete exhale out the mouth. Once more. Keeping the eyes soft or closed, turn your palms down on your lap and feel the warmth of your hands at your thighs. Gently blink the eyes open and reacquaint yourself with where you are. Some things you can see, maybe what you can hear, right exactly where you are. Maybe there's a smell. Let's bring the palms together in front of our heart and rub the hands together. Feel the heat that your body can create. Good. Keep going like this. Take a big breath in. Hold the breath. Place right hand at heart and left hand at heart. Exhale. I thank you for prioritizing this practice and for taking care of yourself. Namaste. Okay, thank you all very much. I'm really glad to be with you. Please feel free to save this video to share it with other folks. I'd appreciate it. I'll be live streaming 2 or 3 times each week for the duration of this circumstance, but these videos are going to be here on YouTube forever. I appreciate any feedback or comments that you have, or anything in particular that either resonated with you or that you want to be sure I cover in any future video. I want to be of service to you where I can. All right, so thank you very, very much. Have a lovely weekend, even though every day is basically the same these days. All right, thanks, y'all.